So welcome back. This is lecture 1 of income from salaries for assessment year 2022-23, and this is for CMA intermediate December
Delight
20.
and past tense, delight and girl.
Sorry. So this is okay.
Sorry, sir. Sorry. My son interfered, sir. Sorry, sir.
Oh, okay, no problem. Okay, so this is basically for December 2022 session. Okay, and so based on Finance Act 2021. Right, then let us continue. So basically, as we know, in income tax, we've got 5 major heads. Okay, all incomes come under these heads. First one is salaries. Second one is income from house property. Third one is profits and gains of business or profession. Okay, next is capital gains and income from other sources. These are the 5 heads. So whatever be your income, it will be classified as one of these 5 always. Okay. So now we are studying, we have completed house property, right? And now we are studying salaries now. Okay. Starting today is salaries, right? So in this, one thing I'll tell you, whenever you compute these things, okay, for our code, we will call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order. Okay. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order. So always remember that for your 3 and 5, okay, that is your PGBP and capital PGBP and income from other sources. Okay, so PGBP is related to business. Okay, so books of accounts are important for PGBP. Okay, so whether you are following your books of accounts in cash or accrual system, okay, that is basically called as method of accounting regularly followed by the SSE. Okay, so there can be 2 method of accounting. Either you can follow cash basis or accrual basis. Okay, cash basis or accrual basis. Businesses normally follow accrual basis, correct? So for these, for your basically for your PGBP and IOS, income from other sources, okay, these two, the method of accounting followed is important. So whatever method of accounting they are following while doing the tax assessment, you have to follow the same. Okay, and once they have chosen a method of accounting, they also cannot change it without sufficient reason. Okay, just because their profit is appearing to be less, they cannot change it, right? So always remember that 3 and 5, or 3 and 5, method of accounting followed by the SSC is important. 3 and 5. 5 because in iOS, income from other sources as a relation to PGBP, that many things which are not classified as PGBP, they by default go to income from other sources. So that is, there is a link between the two, which is why for PGBP and income from other sources, your method of accounting followed by the SSC is relevant. But for the other 3, which I am marking in red, okay, your salaries, house property, and capital gains, you need not worry about what is the method of accounting. Okay, for example, salaries, now you are an employee. Okay, your salary is due or your salary has been received. That is what is going to be seen. So as an employee, you don't need to maintain any books of accounts for it. Okay, right. So this is one point which I wanted to tell you before we go ahead. Okay. Right. So to start with, now first we'll talk about the basis of charge. Okay, that is given by section 15 of the Income Tax Act 1961. Right. So main thing here is salary is chargeable on either due or receipt basis. Okay, and whichever is earlier. This is the basis of charge, which is very important. The salary is chargeable to tax either on due or receipt, whichever is earlier. For example, if your salary has become due today, then it will be taxable. Okay. if but you received the salary before today, that is yesterday, then yesterday itself it will be chargeable to tax. Okay, whichever is earlier, okay, on that day it is taxable, okay, chargeable to tax. So here it means your salary includes, what are the things which salary includes? One is advance salary, second is outstanding salary. So advance salary is something, I mean, you already know, I'm sure that when you are getting some salary in advance, that is advance salary. Okay. Now outstanding salary is for some reason you haven't received your salary earlier on, that you are receiving now. Okay. So normally what happens in outstanding salary, here you can see it is taxable on due basis. Okay. So basically, if your salary got due before, but they did not pay your salary. So what I'm saying, if your salary became due in an earlier month, okay, but for some reason they couldn't pay, then it will not become. Then it will be taxable on due basis. Okay. In some cases, what happens? You get outstanding salary, which is called as arrears of salary. Okay, so basically this is salary for, say, from 2 years, for 2 years back. Your employer had to pay some additional amount to you. Okay, you are, say, fighting with him, or you have put a case or something for some increment. Okay, so say after 2 years the case was decided and you have won that case. So now you are liable to this arrears of salary from 2 years back. Correct? So you basically, what I'm trying to say is, here, say this is today. Okay, this is today, and okay, 2 years back here. Okay, 2 years back onwards. So you should have got some, say, a certain increment of 5,000 per month, whatever. Okay, you should have got, but they did not give you. So you are fighting with some authorities regarding this, right? But here today you have won the case. Okay, today you have won the case. So now, for the sake of simplicity, just consider that this is 5,000 per month. Whatever was totally due to you is 5,000 per month excess. Okay, this is the excess we are talking about. So now for 2 years, how much it will be? For 1 year, it will be 12 5 are 60,000 for 1 year, and 60,000 for second year, right? Okay, so 1,20,000 extra they should pay you now, right? But actually speaking, this 1,60,000 got due to, should have, I won't say got due, should have got due 2 years back itself, right? But they have, but they did not agree to it. Okay, which is why you are getting it now. So here we will say that because at this point of time, 2 years back, you did not know, and the income tax department did not know whether you will get this or not. Okay, IT department did not know whether you will be getting this or not. Okay, such salary is taxable on receipt basis after you win the case. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is this 1,20,000 will be taxed on today when you get it. Okay, although technically if you see, it should have fallen due here. It is actually, when you add all 5,000 for all these months, only then you are getting it today. Okay, it did not arise today, actually it arose 2 years back. Okay, but because at that point of time nobody knew whether you're going to get it or not, right? So which is why such arrears of salary is taxable on receipt basis. Okay, that is called as arrears of salary. So actually speaking, it is also kind of due salary only, because it's also previous salary. Okay, so here if you see, your outstanding salary will be taxable on due basis, right? Sometimes it happens that your salary is received next month, let us say. Okay, this month's salary, for some reason, it is received next month. But income tax department will bring it to tax whenever it becomes due. Okay, this is the last point which I just explained to you. Any increment of salary with retrospective effect. Retrospective means applying to past as well as future. Okay. Prospective means future, only in future. Retrospective means it is applying from a previous date and also going ahead in future. Okay. Like it starts from a previous dates and is continuous from that. That is called as retrospective. Right. So this example, when I said that you have got arrears from 2 years back. So that is basically retrospective effect. Okay. So see, this is taxable on receipt basis. So when you will receive that amount, for example, we took 1,20,000. So whenever you receive, okay, it will be taxable. तो ये हमने देखा सैलरी में जो है मेन चीज आपका ये बेसिस ऑफ चार्ज है, ये होता है आपका सेक्शन 15 बेसिस ऑफ चार्ज, ये बोलता है सैलरी इज टैक्सेबल आइदर ऑन ड्यू और रिसीट बेसिस व्हिचएवर इज अर्लियर, ठीक है, अर्लियर ऑफ द टू। और यहाँ पे बस याद रखना आपको कि जो आपका एडवांस सैलरी है, ओके, अगर आपको सैलरी पहले मिल गया, ड्यू बाद में हुआ, तो जब रिसीट बेसिस है, रिसीट बेसिस में टैक्सेबल हो जाएगा। सो विच एवर इज द अर्लियर इंसिडेंस बेसिकली, ओके, ड्यू इज अर्लियर, इट विल बी टैक्सेबल ऑन ड्यू बेसिस, receipt is earlier, it will be taxable on receipt basis. So you don't have to worry, just think which instance is earlier here. That's what you have to think. Okay, so here what happens in arrears of salary, you get the amount only then you will come to know about their calculations and all that. So which is why it is said that the receipt basis is earlier. ठीक है, ये तीन चीजें बस मेन है, एडवांस सैलरी रिसीट बेसिस में टैक्सेबल होगा, आउटस्टैंडिंग सैलरी आपको जब मिलेगा तब तक आईटी डिपार्टमेंट वेट नहीं करेगा, वो टैक्सेबल ऑन ड्यू बेसिस। ओके, एंड अरियर्स ऑफ सैलरी एग्जांपल मैंने अभी बताया था। ओके, right, so now, so this is your basic premise of salary. Now we will see one interesting thing. Okay, the computation of salary in grade system. Okay, so this is applicable to government. Okay, so non-government employees would not know too much about it, but many people know about grades because at least maybe some of your parents, relatives, someone would have been in a government job, so they talk about grades, correct? So this is called a grade. So this is called a grade. Okay, pay grade. So when a person joins a government service, okay, here in this example, say he has joined on 1st June 2021. Okay, just an example. He has been placed in the grade, this grade. What it means is this line here. See, it means that the first line says to start with, he will get this salary. So basically today he has been employed on this salary. The very first figure is the first salary. The very next figure is the annual increment which he will get. Okay, so he'll get annual increment of 1,000 every month. That is the meaning of that. And then what is this third figure then? This 15,000. This says that so if he is getting annual income of annual increment of 1,000, then his salary will go on increasing from 10 to 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, and sometime he will reach 15,000. It means that once he reaches 15,000, after that he will be entitled to an increment of 2,000 and not 1,000. Then his increment will no longer be 1,000, it will be 2,000. And then from here, every year he'll get 2,000, 2,000 increment till he reaches the end limit of the grade, which is 25,000. Once he reaches the end limit of this grade, okay, he'll be placed in a different grade, okay, which will start from 25,000 and it will be whatever is the increment that will be defined. This, basically, after this, on reaching 25,000, he'll be placed in a different grade, okay. So here it means that salary from this is, that's whatever I have explained you, it's the same thing here, okay. Now one more thing can happen here, that one person say what if a person he has joined, but he has joined at let's say somewhere here, somewhere in the middle, that is joined at a salary of 12,000. Then what? Okay, so there's no difference. Even if he joins in between at 12,000, again he'll get this increment of 1,000 till he reaches 15,000, and then it will go on the same. So even if somewhere joins in between, there's no change. Okay, ठीक है. तो ये ग्रेड सिस्टम की हमने बात की. ये आपका ये गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉइज के लिए लागू होता है. ठीक है, तो ये यहाँ पे हमने देखा कि ग्रेड्स ऐसे होते हैं. जैसे ये एग्जांपल में सपोज ये गवर्नमेंट के लिए ही होता है. ओके, 1/6/2021 को अगर ज्वाइन किया एक एम्प्लॉय और अगर इस ग्रेड में पुट किया गया है, इसका मीनिंग ये है कि फर्स्ट उसको सैलरी इतना मिलेगा 10,000. देन 1,000 he will get increment every year till he reaches 15,000. After reaching 50,000 उसको 2,000 मिलेगा increment till he reaches 25,000. Then he'll be placed in another grade. Okay, or if he joins in between this, that is he joins at 12,000, then also same thing will go on. He'll get 1,000 increment till he reaches 15,000, and it will go on like that. Okay, ये होता है ग्रेड का. This is some problem. It comes sometimes how to compute grade salary. तो चलिए इसका एक illustration हम देख लेते हैं. ठीक है, let's see an illustration for this. A joins in the service. ठीक है ना. Currently we are using your previous study material. Okay, so your the institute has not yet released your current study material, so they will release it most probably by next month or so. So whatever changes are there, that we will incorporate. Okay, based on that. And apart from that, see, your exam is in December. ठीक है, so your exam is in December 2022. Correct, this is your exam date. So you have to, from amendments point of view, the institute says that we should know amendments till 6 months before the exam. 6 months before the exam. Okay, this is what. So yeah, because your exam starts on 10th here, so you can just ignore December. And then if you see, then you need to know all amendments till end of May. That is, let me say May 2022. Whatever amendments are there after May 2022, okay, it is not a part of your course basically. Okay, so at the end of May, that is, I'm talking about till end of May, you have to see. So basically, if you count it, June, July, August, September, October, November, 6 months. Okay, it becomes 6 months back. So till May only, whatever amendments are there, that we have to see. So whatever new amendments are applicable, normally see there are not too many amendments. Okay, there are very few. So we'll be incorporating the amendments gradually in your study material. Okay, in your notes basically. Right. So two things. One is your new notes, the new study material. Your new study material will get it by next month. Okay. Now next month. So whatever changes are there, we'll just go through that, and that will be incorporated immediately. Okay. Along with it, then we'll be just seeing whatever amendments are there, whatever important amendments are there, that will be incorporated chapter wise itself. Okay, so you need not separately study it, so it will be a part of your chapters only, and we will let you know also that these are the amendments. So there are not too many, as I said. Now for you, even your slab rate also is the same, everything is the same. Okay, so there'll be very few. I'm telling you already, just maximum you can say 5 or 6 in all. Maximum, that much we can expect. Okay, not more than that. So that will be taken care of later. Okay. So here, okay, right. Now this problem says A joins service in the grade. So grade has been given to us. Okay. He joined on 1/8/2017. Okay. He joined at a salary of 13,000. If you see, he's joined in between, right? Between 10,000 and 15,000, correct? Okay. So 13,000. Okay. Salary of 13,000. Compute taxable salary for assessment year 2022-23. As you all know, our previous year is 21-22. Assessment year is 22-23. Applicable Finance Act is Finance Act 2021. Okay. So now how to do this problem? Let us see. So basically now he joined on 1/8/2017. Okay. So here what we have to see is, so every year he will get an increment. Okay. So every year he'll get an increment of 1,000. Okay. He'll get an increment of 1,000. Right. So every year we'll just have to add increment of 1,000, and from 2017 we have to enter our current previous year, which is 2021-22, and then we will calculate the salary. Okay, so 1 year, how it is seen in government employment is 1/8/2017 is there, correct? So 1 year will be 31st May 2018. Okay, right? So this will be 1 year. So in government employment, what it is considered as if you are entitled to this 1,000 on 31st May 2018. Okay, 31st May 2018. We are entitled to 1,000. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये है कि आप देखेंगे कि ये ग्रेड दिया हुआ है और स्टार्टिंग डेट दिया है 1/8/2017. ठीक है. तो आपको सबसे पहले सैलरी, स्टार्टिंग सैलरी है उसकी 13,000. यहां से हमको हर साल के लिए एक एक साल में हमको ऐड करते जाना है इंक्रीमेंट, और हमको पहुंचना है 2021-22. ठीक है, उसमें हमको पहुंचना है. फिर वहां उस साल की सैलरी हम काउंट करेंगे और हमको वो पूरे प्रीवियस ईयर का सैलरी निकालना है. ठीक है, बेसिकली ये अप्रोच हमको फॉलो करना है. तो मैं ये बता रहा हूं आपको कि ईयर्स कैसे देखा जाता है गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयमेंट में. यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे 1/8/2017 से स्टार्ट किया. ठीक है, एक साल कभी भी जो है ना, सॉरी ये मई मैंने गलती से लिख दिया, मई नहीं, ये अगस्त है ना, तो ये हो जाएगा 8 इज अगस्त, 7 जुलाई. ठीक है, इट इज जुलाई एक्चुअली. So always just go 1 month back. Okay, and so starting date ये, so ending date of the previous month. Okay, so यहाँ पे रहेगा तो 31st July 2018, this is where it will end. Okay, और यहाँ पे it is assumed that ये जो आपका 1,000 है, he is entitled to this 1,000. ठीक है, but maybe because he is getting now salaries on 1st of every month, so ये 1,000 it will take effect on the 1st of next month. Okay, so ये basically इस तरह से technically ऐसा होता है गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉयमेंट में. Okay, technically this is what happens. So he is entitled to this growth on 31st July 2018. Okay, but he actually it becomes a part of his salary from next date. Okay, so how we will, so let's compute this 1/8/2017. Okay, so now this is 1st August 2017. You can ask me if you have any doubt. Okay, it's 1st August 2017, end of 1st August 2017. 1 minute. Yeah, so this is where 1st August 2017 is 13,000, correct? So 1st August 2017 is 13,000. So here we will say on 31st July it will become 14,000. Okay, after 1 year it will become 14,000. 31st July 2019 it will become 15,000. After this 15,000, it salary increases by 2000. Okay, so here what will happen is on 31st July 2020 it will become 17,000. Okay, 31st July 2020 it will become 17,000. Next one more, 31st July 2021. Okay, here it will become 19,000. Now it is increasing 2000 2000. Okay, till here you are fine. ठीक है, इतना समझ गया सबको ये पॉइंट कि ये कैसे हमको पता चला। बस हर साल कितना कितना बढ़ेगा बस वो हम निकाल रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो 31st जुलाई में 14,000 होता है, वैसे 31st जुलाई 2019 में 15,000 होगा, इस तरीके से बढ़ेगा। ओके, तो अभी बस इतना हमने कुछ काउंट नहीं किया अभी तक। ठीक है, तो अब हमको ये पता, हमने बस ये निकाले कि कितना कितना होगा। ओके, so right, so I'll just proceed little ahead, we'll finish it, and then maybe if you have any doubts you can ask me. Okay, so now we want salary for which period? 1st April 2021 to 31st December 2022, correct? We want salary for that period, right? So here if you see this increment, okay, he was entitled to this growth on 31st July, but in July he got the previous salary only. Okay, it's from August only it will become effective. Okay, it will become effective from the next days. That is all these days what we are showing here, 31st July 18 and all that. Here in on this date he will, on for this month he will get the previous salary. Okay, because the salary gets due on the 1st. Okay, so here if I say 31st July 2021, so what is the start date of this year? 1st April, correct? The starting date, what I'm saying is, starting date for this is 1st April 2021, correct? Right, this is the start date. Okay, so before 31st July 2021, what was his salary? It was 17,000, agreed? Before 31st July 2021, his salary was 17,000, correct? So what will be his salary for April, May, June, July? 17,000, right? So which is why 17,000 into 4, 68,000 will be his salary for from 1st April to 31st July. April, May, June, July, it will be 68,000. 17,000 into 4. Okay, if you want I'll repeat it again also. So first let's just see the next part now. Now July, after July comes August, right? So August to March, August 2021 to March 2022 are 8 months. 8 months. Okay, so salary is 19,000 into 8, which is 1,52,000. So if you add these two, you will get his salary of 2,20,000. ठीक है, तो इसको मैं एक बार फिर से क्विकली आप लोगों को रिपीट करता हूं। ठीक है, कि हमने कैसे किए हैं इसको करके। तो सबसे पहले आपको ये देखना है यहाँ, ओके, कि ये इसका स्टार्ट डेट है 1/8/2017। ओके, 1/8/2017 को 13,000 से स्टार्ट हो रहा है और फिर 1,000 इंक्रीमेंट मिलेगा। Okay, he'll get an increment of 1,000 till he reaches 15,000, but after that he'll get 2,000. Okay, there's 20,000. We don't have any relation to this 25,000 in this problem because in our current previous year he has not reached that level. Okay, so that's why this is not useful to us. So now what we have seen is you have to just see he started at 13,000. So to find out salary in previous year 21-22, you have to first take this salary, apply the increments, take the salary to 2021-22, take to that year, and then you can compute the salary. ठीक है, तो हमने क्या कि इस सैलरी को इंक्रीमेंट अप्लाई करते गए और उसको 2021-22 तक लेके गए, ताकि वहां का सैलरी मिल गया तो हम उस ईयर का सैलरी फिर कंप्यूट करके दे दिए। अच्छा, एक ही पॉइंट यहाँ पे है कि आपको एक एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट है कि ये स्टार्टिंग ईयर 1/8/2017 है, तो गवर्नमेंट के हिसाब से 1 ईयर यहाँ कंप्लीट हो जाता है आपका 31 जुलाई, ठीक है। लेकिन यहाँ भले ही आपको, यस कनगराज।
Sir, actually, in government service,
हम्म
they separate 4 quarters, sir. Start with 1/4, 1/7, 1/10, and 1/1. It
Okay.
means April 1st, July 1st, October 1st, and January 1st.
Okay.
If we join in service, August 1 means, 1st August means, first increment is 1/7/2008. After that, the increment is regularly come 1/7/2019, 2020, 1/7/2020, like that, sir.
But this would be different for central and state governments, right?
I don't
All
know
the
about
rules.
central government, but in state government, it is called an advance increment for the quarter adjustment.
Right.
Quarter adjustment. If we join in which quarter, the quarter's first date is increment date.
Okay, fine. So, like
This
similarly,
is,
it
but
can be, it
but
can
but
vary
this
a
in
bit.
this question, but in this question, there is no mention in the increment date, and also not a government servant. Maybe he's a maybe private servant also.
No, but these kind of grades, no, it do not apply to private servants.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But
so it is
in government
government
service,
service, yeah. It is
in
government service, and the way it is calculated for central government, no, because your taxation, the subject,
oh,
entire DT is based from a central government point of view. Okay,
okay.
so it will be
But I
whatever.
don't know about the central government increment, but
Yeah.
in our state,
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Like whatever be the rules, like based on those rules, we'll have to compute basically, right?
okay.
So yeah. So here we can. So here what will happen is, here again, see what is happening is, from 1/8/2017. Okay, he's just becoming entitled to his to that hike on this, but it is getting applied on the next day only, on 1st of August. So he's getting his increased salary from 1st of August only. That's why we are saying salary for the month of July is as per whatever is previously there. The month of July, it is the previous salary only. That's how we have computed in the problem as well. Okay. So this is like, kind of you get a letter, you can say kind of letter that, okay, he's entitled on 31st of July, but it will be valid from 1st of August. Okay. So terms, as far as terms are concerned, in your exam, they will not test you on the terms. Okay. Mostly they will give you the terms. You only will have to, based on the terms, you should be able to compute the salary properly. Okay. The expectation is not that you have to understand the central government rules and all that. Okay. Only basic things you should know. That's all. Otherwise, there'll be all data in the problem in detail. You just have to apply it and compute. So ठीक है, तो ये हुआ हमारा यहाँ पे, और यहाँ पे अगर year, if you see, what we have done is, see year itself, after 1st of August, this was the 1st of August, your salary was 13,000, and 31st of July onwards, we are saying he's entitled. Okay, we are only saying that he's entitled to this. Okay, which is why what happened from 31st of July 2019, 31st of July 2020, and now we have come to 31st of July 2021, where his salary is 19,000. But for this particular date, okay, 31st of July 2021, we have taken the previous salary, because on the 1st July, his previous salary was applicable. Okay, so these dates are just for our computation basically. We're just trying to find out, like every year, we're just finding out where would he end starting from 13,000, where would he end up in 21-22. So that we got it as 19,000. Based on this, now because our year starts from little before 1st of August, correct? 4 months are a little ahead. So we took 4 months this salary and 8 months this salary. That's how we got the total. Okay. So you can also, if you want in your solution, you can also write here 1st August, 1st August. That also you can write. Okay. Even that is not wrong. Right. So computation basis will be the same and answers will be the same in both cases. ठीक है, ये हो गया, समझ गया सबको? Everyone understood this? How this is done? Grade system. Okay, this is called as grade system. Okay, next is now we are now going into little bit of details of salaries. Okay, so here first is most important thing for any income, to be taxable as salaries. For any income to be taxable as salaries, most important thing is this: employer and employee relationship. If this is there, only then the amount is taxable as salaries. ठीक है, ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज, ये क्राइटेरिया अगर फुलफिल नहीं हुआ तो सैलरीज के बाहर जाता है कोई भी अमाउंट. ओके, so what is the main thing to judge employee and employer relationship? Okay, so criteria one is in employee-employer relationship, there are guidelines. Okay, these 3 guidelines are there. Employee is bound to work as per direction and supervision of the employer. Okay, like when we are in a job, of course, we follow some rules and all, but in the end, we have to follow the guidelines and supervision of our employer, correct? So that is one thing. And second is payment in employer's capacity. So when your employer is paying you something, okay, because he is an employer, because he is your employer, that is payment in employer's capacity. Say for example, there is a temple, let us say, okay, temple or any religious place. Okay, there is a temple, this is a temple. Okay, temple or any religious place for that matter. Okay, so you have just gone there and many people go there, so you have also gone there, and many say there are 100 people there. Okay, now your employer, he came to this temple, okay, and he has donated, say everyone, your employer, basically your employer has come to this temple. I'm just giving you a scenario. Employer has come here and is giving, say, gifts worth 10,000 to whoever was present in the temple at that point of time. So you also got. So has he given this 10,000 as an employer? No. He is giving it as a charitable thing, correct? In your place, any other person would also have got it, right? So this is called as payment not in capacity of employer. Okay. So payment in capacity of employer will only be your salaries, not the other thing, which is not in capacity. This is payment is not in capacity here as employer. Okay. This is the second thing, which is payment in employer's capacity as an employer. Okay. Then next is contract of service versus contract for service. Okay. So salary is always said to be contract of service. Okay. It's contract of service. Contract for service is professional. You've gone to a CA for filing your return or something like that. Okay. It's called contract for service when you give a contract to someone. Okay. Some professional. Contract of service is what comes under your salaries. Now see, next point is agent and principal. Agent and principal relationship. Amount received by agent is income from other sources. Why? Because there is no employer-employee relationship between agent and principal. Okay, that's why amount received is taxable as income from other sources. Always remember these 3 points, which are very, very critical in finding out whether any item is salaries or not. ठीक है, यहाँ पे 3 क्राइटेरिया हमने देखे. पहला, एम्प्लॉयर एंड एम्प्लॉय रिलेशनशिप के लिए ये रिलेशनशिप नहीं रहा तो अमाउंट जो है सैलरीज में टैक्सेबल नहीं होता. इसके लिए 3 क्राइटेरिया है. One is employee is bound to work as per direction and supervision of employer. तो जब हम सेल्फ एम्प्लॉय होते हैं तो एम्प्लॉयर जैसा बोलता है वैसे ही करना पड़ता है काम, करेक्ट? तो वही अगर आप किसी सीए के पास जाते हैं, वो आप जैसे बोल रहे हैं वैसा थोड़ी कैलकुलेट करेगा, वो अपने हिसाब से करेगा कैलकुलेट जैसा करना है, राइट? और दूसरा है एम्प्लॉयर्स कैपेसिटी, पेमेंट इन एम्प्लॉयर्स कैपेसिटी। वही मैंने अभी एक एग्जांपल दिया था आपको, एक मंदिर में आप बैठे हो, आपका एम्प्लॉयर वहां आया, वहां जितने भी लोग हैं सबको 10,000 उसने चैरिटी में दिया, आपको भी मिल गए, ओके? तो वो तो एज इन चैरिटी मिला है, राइट? वो एज योर एम्प्लॉयर नहीं दिया उसने आपको। So that's a payment must be in employer's capacity as employer. Only then it will come in salaries. Next is contract of service versus contract for service. Salaries कभी भी कहा जाता है contract of service. याद रखिए एजेंट एंड प्रिंसिपल का आईओएस इनकम फ्रॉम अदर सोर्सेस में जाता है, क्योंकि इनमें एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉय रिलेशनशिप नहीं होता, ठीक है? इसलिए एलआईसी एजेंट वगैरह जो भी मिलता है उनको उनको सैलरी नहीं बोलते हैं, वो इट इज टैक्सेबल अंडर आईओएस, ओके? ठीक है। सो अभी अभी कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट केसेस विल सी, ओके? So what I said is like, for example, LIC agents, any agents, whatever they get, it is not called as salary, it is called as commission, okay? And it is always income from other sources. Now we'll be seeing some specific examined things, at what falls under salary and what not. Some of these are based on some previous court cases as well. So first is examinership fees. So basically, when we have invigilators, right? So, for example, say you are giving CMA exam. The invigilator says from that college, whichever college is your center. Normally, invigilators will be from the same college. Now, are they employees of CMA, ICWI, whatever it is, ICAI? Okay, are they employees of that? The answer is no, they are not employees, right? Which is why whatever they receive from CMA Institute, that will be income from other sources. If the receipt is not from your employer, it will straight away be IOS, right? Then in among directors, you've got two types of directors. One, director who is an employee of the company. These are all full-time or whole-time directors. Managing director, whole-time directors, they are employees of the company and their salary is salary. Okay. Then there are some independent directors or other kind of directors who are not the employee of the company. Okay, so whatever remuneration they get, it will not be taxable as salary. Okay, so either it will go as into PGBP or other sources based on the case. Now, next is something called as directors' fees. Okay, for attending meetings of the board of directors. Now, directors' fees, it is given to all directors just for expenses of the meeting. So that, say, many different directors are here, let us say, okay? And many directors, most of them are not in the not employees of the company. So when they are all coming together for a meeting, okay, many times meetings are in different places and all that. So just to take care of that expenses, it is given. So as it is given to all directors, whether they are employees or not, and the objective is only for meeting the expenses, okay? So this comes under income from other sources. So even if your managing director is getting your director's fees, it will be income from other sources. Okay, तो ये बात याद रखना है कि डायरेक्टर्स फीस जो मिलता है ना, ये मीटिंग्स के लिए मिलता है, और ये मीटिंग में सब डायरेक्टर्स आते हैं आपके, जो एम्प्लॉय होते हैं नहीं होते हैं। पर्पस रेम्यूनरेट करने का नहीं होता, पर्पस सिर्फ वो मीटिंग का खर्चा देना होता है। ओके, दैट्स व्हाई इट कम्स अंडर आईओएस। Okay, then official liquidator appointed by the court or by the central liquidators are appointed. Now, these liquidators, they have a contract of employment basically. Okay, so that is under salaries. The official liquidator appointed by court or central government, it is salaries. Okay, remuneration received by manager of a company. Company manager is an employee, so it will be salaries. Even you see, nowadays you would be seeing that companies use many fancy designation, correct? You use a normal analyst also, they call research analyst or something, from many fancy names, okay, are being used nowadays, right? So just by the designation, you cannot derive anything, okay? So even if he's designated as a director, his name is, they have given as like, let us say some director, they have just given some name as, okay, right? So just because they have put the name as director, but he's working as a manager, doing the functions of a manager only, then it will be salaries. Okay. So if in any problem you get wrongly designated, if wrongly designated word comes, then find out what is the correct designation. And based on the correct designation, you have to find out whether it should be salaries or not salaries. Okay. And again, here, whether it is, second point is whether payable monthly or at certain percentage of company's profits. Okay, payable monthly you are given as salaries or at a certain percentage of company's profit. It has no relation. Okay, always see what his work is. Find his real designation, find his real work. His work is that of a manager, then it is salaries. Okay, if his work is that of a director who is a full-time director or a director who is an employee, okay, then also it will be salaries. Okay, so only cases will be where he is an independent director or something like that. Okay, that it will not be salaries, right? And then next point is, okay, now partner of a firm. Okay, salary, bonus, commission or remuneration received by partner of a firm. What does the firm earn at the end of the year? It earns profits, correct? The profits are divided between the partners. That they can call it as salary, they can call it as bonus, whatever it is. In the end, they are going to take back only the profits, right? Their profit share is what they are going to take back. So that is why all these things received by partner of a firm is all business income because it is profit, right? So even if they say commission, bonus, it is just name changed for share in profits. Okay. So if partner of firm is receiving salary, especially, don't be misled by the word salary, it is business income. ठीक है? So ये याद रखना है कि ये जो पार्टनर ऑफ अ फर्म है, ये फर्म को मिलता है प्रॉफिट्स, ठीक है? दो पार्टनर से वो प्रॉफिट्स ही बांटेंगे ना, वो कुछ अमाउंट को सैलरी करके निकालें, कुछ अमाउंट को बोनस करके निकालें, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, करेक्ट? वो है बिजनेस इनकम. ना सैलरी ऑफ एमपी एमएलए इज इनकम फ्रॉम अदर सोर्सेस, ठीक है? ये लोग जो ये एम्प्लॉयज नहीं होते, ओके, they are not employees, they get fund, a total fund for the development of that area and all that. Okay, and their commitment is only to run the administration for that point of time. So it is not considered as income from other sources. Okay, it's an established principle that salary of MP MLA and all. Okay, so क्योंकि जो उनको जो तो this thing basically it is of a different nature. It is always treated as income from other sources. Okay, treasurer of a bank, normally it will be salary. Okay, or if he is not an employee of a bank, यहाँ पे बस याद रखना, if is anyone, किसी भी organization का के लिए ट्रू रहेगा, आपको जो पैसे मिल रहे हैं ऐसे किसी एंटिटी से जिसके आप एम्प्लॉय नहीं हो, ओके, तो वो सैलरीज नहीं होगा, कुछ भी हो जाए. Okay, you're getting some money or amount. Okay, it might be in the nature of salary, but you're getting from someone who is not your employer, then it will never be salaries. Okay, it will be income from other sources. Then last thing here is, okay, this is money received from his employer for not carrying out any professions. These professionals get this, doctors and all, many times CAs and all. For doctors, they get an amount just to make sure that they do not run private practice, so they can dedicate fully to their work, dedicate themselves to their work. So that amount which they are getting, it is from the employment point of view. So that's why it is salary. Okay. So this kind of income professionals get, doctors get, some professionals also get, like your CAs and CMAs and all who work with companies, they get such amount. Okay. So that is taxable as salaries. Why? Because the main purpose is to enable them to work better in their employment. ठीक है, ये हो गया हमारा कुछ मेन पार्ट्स हमने देखा। और फिर नेक्स्ट ये है पॉइंट इज कंपनी कैनॉट पे टैक्स फ्री रेम्यूनरेशन। ओके, सो जो है टैक्स फ्री रेम्यूनरेशन क्या होता है कि आपको से यू हैव गॉट योर सैलरी इज 10 lakhs, ओके, whatever is the tax वो compute करके, say your tax comes to let me say your tax comes to say 50,000, just assuming, okay, tax is 50,000, okay, so then what your employer will do, they will pay you this 50,000 also, ठीक है, फिर but this 50,000 becomes a perquisite for you, इस 50,000 के ऊपर टैक्स आपको भरना पड़ेगा अगेन, ओके, this 50,000 becomes a perquisite. So but this sometimes like tax is paid by a employer, okay, but for companies it is not allowed, they cannot pay tax free remuneration, okay. Here, okay, so next thing is gross salary is the basis, okay, so always remember that gross salary is the basis. So you have to, for us to start computing your salary, you might get the salary after some deductions, okay, you have been given this deduction and all this. So first thing you have to, what you have to do is, well, doing computation, add back everything, just bring it to the original state, original salary. From there onwards we will, give all the deductions, as per the rules of income tax act, okay. So gross salary is the basis. So TDS, which is tax deduction at source, okay, deductions for PF, insurance premium by employer, all that you have to add it back, bring it back to your gross salary, and then as per the rules we will compute the salary, okay. So always remember, gross salary is the basis. We will never start with a deducted salary, like some part has been deducted, from there we will not start our computation, okay, start from the first point, ठीक है। तो कुछ भी डिडक्शन करके दिया है तो आप पहले उसको ऐड बैक कर लेना, और ग्रॉस सैलरी हमको निकालना पड़ेगा पहले। और ये सैलरी वॉलेंटरीली सरेंडर्ड, ये एक एक्ट है, ठीक है, दिस पर्टिकुलर एक्ट, वॉलेंटरी सरेंडर ऑफ सैलरीज एग्जेम्पशन फ्रॉम टैक्सेशन एक्ट 1961, ठीक है। इफ द पर्सन हैज सरेंडर्ड हिज सैलरी एज पर दिस एक्ट, then it is exempt, okay, then it is exempt. But any salary foregone is something, if he wants to give it for charity, for anything, that means his salary has become due, okay, and then he has foregone it. So in this case his salary will be taxable. Here it is not taxable because it's a special act of the parliament which has been given those powers that anyone who will contribute for this, okay, for him salary will be exempt, ठीक है। अदर देन दैट आपको हमेशा जो है इसमें जो है ना, हमने वी हैड सीन एप्लीकेशन ऑफ इनकम कॉन्सेप्ट, इफ यू रिमेंबर इन आवर वेरी फर्स्ट चैप्टर, आई विल जस्ट शो इट टू यू 1 minute, राइट, वी हैड सीन एप्लीकेशन ऑफ इनकम वाला जो चीज है, 1 मिनट मैं आपको बता देता हूँ। It's related, I'll just show it to you. So this is what we had done in basic concepts like diversion and application of income. So here we had said, yeah, this is the figure we had seen, correct? If you remember, then here, this was your point of income when income is due and received. If it is diverted before this, okay, then it will not be part of family. But if it is applied, that means normally it will be an application, any application, including for charity, it is an application of income and it will be taxable. Okay, but diversion will not form part of your total income. ठीक है, so ये है this act which we are talking about, exemption from taxation act, voluntary surrender of salaries act, right? So this is an example of diversion of income. The act itself was made in a way that it declared that your income will set to be diverted. Okay, so it will not be added to your income. Okay, चलिए ये था, this was okay. So now next is, so gross salary is the basis. This all we have seen, right? So here, if you are foregoing your salary for any donation or something, you can get a deduction later on. Okay, but it will not be an exemption. It will be included in your salary. Okay. Exemption is something where it is not included in your salary at all. It doesn't form part of your salary. Because deduction is something which forms part of your salary. And then you get a deduction later on. Okay. ठीक है, ये दोनों है. And then next is, now this is one special case which has been told that salary is taxable even if your employer has become insolvent. Your salary has become due, but before you could get it, employer became insolvent. But as per the act, because it is due or receipt basis, whichever is earlier, so you will be liable to pay tax. You're getting the point. This point just says, just to, theoretically, just to tell you about the provisions. It says that your salary became due on the 1st. Okay, employer say was due to pay you on the 5th, but he became insolvent on the 3rd, and you did not get the salary. Even then you have to pay salary which became due. ठीक है, तो ये है as per our provisions आपको भरना होगा. ओके, सो अच्छा, लास्ट ये पॉइंट ये बोल रहा है आपको कि सैलरी चाहे गवर्नमेंट हो, प्राइवेट हो, फॉरेन गवर्नमेंट हो, ओके, इट इज, अगर एम्प्लॉय रिलेशनशिप दिख रहा है उसमें, इट विल बी सैलरीज. whether it is government who is the employer, or it's a private organization, or a foreign government also. Okay, if employer-employee relationship is there, it will be taxable as salaries. Okay, pension received by widow or legal heir of the deceased employee is income from other sources, not salaries. Can you tell me why pension is never taxable as salaries? Which pension? Family pension I'm talking about, like that is widow or legal heir, if they have received pension, that is never taxable as salaries, always as income from other sources. Do you know why? It's because there is no employer-employee relationship. The widow's husband had an employer-employee relationship with the employer, not the widow, right? Widow is not. Okay, so, and then
And the point number 5, can you explain it again? Is that like diversion of income, which told before, no?
point number 5.
Salary is taxable even if money could not recover.
Yeah, so this says that, see, first what provision we have studied is, okay, salary is taxable on due or receipt basis, okay, whichever is earlier.
Salary is due.
Yeah, so it is due whenever it becomes due. Due means it becomes payable. So due means the employer is recognizing your debt on him. That, okay, you have worked for 1 month, now I have to pay you. He's recognizing that debt. Payment is when he has credited your salary. Normally, like nowadays, we find that both happen on the same day. But okay, but there is difference between the two. So here in this case, what happens? Say your due is on the 1st of the month. Okay, technically, just a technical argument, and your receipt, say he credits on 5th. In many cases, employers pay by cash, correct? So when it becomes due and when they actually pay, okay, so there is always little difference. But in field work and all, there is some difference.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Got it? So he pays it on the 5th, so let us say, okay. But on the 3rd, in between, he became insolvent. That is, he has lost all his assets. Insolvent means there is no asset left. Now so on the 5th, when you come to the 5th, he doesn't have any money to pay you. So, but by our income tax provisions, you are taxed for due or receipt, whichever is earlier. So here itself, your salary becomes taxable, even though you have not received it here. That's the point we are talking about.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so right, so we'll continue, and please be on mute, all of you. Right, so now, right, so this point is over. This yeah, remuneration received by judges is always said to be salaries. Okay, they are employees as per our constitution. Okay, they are employees as per our constitution, although their salary is paid by the central government, but their allegiance is to the constitution. They're employees of the constitution. Okay, so that's why it is salaries. ठीक है, so ये मेन पार्ट था. तो अब हम आ रहे हैं सैलरीज के थोड़े डिटेल्ड डिस्कशन में. Now we are coming into little bit detailed discussion. Okay, what comes under salary? Now section 17(1), it gives an inclusive definition of salary. Okay, inclusive definition means all these things will be there. There can be more also. Okay, if some other items satisfy the rules, then they can also be salary. Okay, so salary salary includes what? Wages or salaries. So wages or salaries both are same. Okay, there's no differentiation among as far as Income Tax Act is concerned. In accounting, generally wages is considered as something which is manual. Salaries is what we call as white collar employees, right, who work in offices. That is called as salaries, and wages is basically the people who work in factories or something like that. Okay, manual work. That's how it is seen in your accounts. There are also where it is given as wages or salaries, and you give prominence to the first word, wages. You take it as manual. But if salaries or wages, then again you give prominence to the first word. So salaries, that you will consider it as a white collar employee, an office employee. Okay. So wages or salaries. Salary includes wages or salary. Annuity is whatever it is received. If it is the name annual, you can see here, right? So you receive every year. Okay, so like pension is received every month, annuity will be something which will be received every year. So anything which is received every month also, but is not pension or something, it is taxable as annuity. Basically, you can add all the amounts, make it an annual amount, and it comes under annuity basically. Okay, then of course you have got pension, gratuities. Now each one of these elements will be discussed. Okay, all these are topics actually. Next we will see your pro forma for calculating salary. From that pro forma we'll pick up each word and we will have a discussion. That's what is going to happen in the chapter for you. Okay, so gratuity, and then you have got fees and commission. Okay, so this is like director fees, all that commission and all that business related kind of things. But these fees and commissions are those which are received by directors or persons who are employees of the organization. Okay, they have to be employees. So this is, although fees and commission is there, but we have to examine it before including it. Not all commission, not all fees will come in. Okay. Perquisite. Normally, I'm telling you, perquisite is anything which you are getting in addition to your salaries and wages. Okay. And normally it will be non-monetary. Okay. There's nothing that all perquisites will be non-monetary. Right? One perquisite example we just saw, when your employer is paying your tax or your tax on your behalf, that becomes a perquisite, and it is monetary, correct? So it can be monetary, but normally, perquisites are like, your accommodation, rent-free accommodation, those kind of things will be there. Okay. So this is a very, very detailed discussion. Perquisites is a big subpart. Profit in lieu of or in addition to salary or wages. Okay, so this thing, see, this profit in lieu or in addition to salary of wages, this has just been included to make sure that if something has been left out to be taxed as salaries, that is taxed under this name. That's all. Okay. Otherwise, there is no separate relevance for this, and there are no separate rules as well. So whatever is other rules for other salary things, same rules are applicable to this. It is just a separate definition, certain things, just to make sure that they do not escape taxation. Okay, like you have got in PF and all, certain things are exempted to a certain level. Okay, for example, for RPF, up to 12% of salary is exempted. Just to make sure that if their PF contribution and all, if it is more than that, okay, and that part is defined as profits in lieu of salary. So all such things are just called as profits in lieu of salary, and together it has been told that profit in lieu of salary is taxable as salary. That's all. Okay, there's no specific kind of treatment for profits in lieu of salary. It is just an additional name given to some left out items. Okay, that is profits in lieu or in addition of salaries. And then you've got advanced salary. We have seen leave encashment, and we will be discussing these things later. All these things. Okay. Taxable portion of annual accretion in PF account. Accretion means growth, right? So annually, whatever. So basically, due to your PF account will grow because of fresh contributions from you and your employer, correct? So that they're talking about annual accretion, which is growth. Taxable portion of transferred balance is sometimes unrecognized provident fund is converted to recognized provident fund. We have a section coming for provident fund. There we'll take it up. Okay. We are just listing it here. Okay. Then that is called as transferred balance. So that we will take it up there. And then this is contribution, okay, made by the central government or any other employer. It is actually, okay. Under section 80CCD, this is called as National Pension Scheme, NPS. Okay, NPS and Atal Pension Yojana, there are two pension schemes. If an employer contributes under this, so this section comes under your something called as deductions from gross total income. So we'll first study all these things which comes under salary. So we will be able to find the gross salary, and then we will go to the deductions. Okay, so it's when we'll talk about all these deductions from gross total income. Okay. For example, LIC and all, you get deduction 80C, correct? In 80C, you will be knowing. So all this, those things will study together. This 80C, CC, CCC, CCD, all that are what we'll be studying. Okay. So this is this part is again like we have seen already. ठीक है, ये वाला जो part है, ये बोल रहा है आपको. Okay, so this is advance salary on receipt basis, arrear salary on receipt basis, correct? Arrear salary, because earlier you did not know how much you are going to get. After you won the case, you came to know. So it is taxable on receipt basis. Advance salary, in any case, it is not become due. So first incidence itself will be advance. So taxable on receipt basis. Okay. And leave encashment is like if it is before retirement. Okay. Because before retirement means you will receive it first. It will never be due, right? It will never get due before retirement. Your encashments and all. So which is why it is taxable on receipt basis. If you are getting it before retirement. Okay. And if this point is for point 3, if received at the time of retirement, we'll see how it is exemption. We'll see in this section. Okay. We'll be studying how the exemption works. Now here, what is written, can claim relief under section 89(1) read with rule 21A. So we'll learn this relief computation. Okay. Later on, we'll learn how to compute this relief. Okay. So where, if you are not getting any exemption, in things where you are not getting any exemption, there this relief comes up. So you get some relief. The relief amount, the way it is computed, is normally lesser than your normal exemption deduction amount. Okay. So it is just some secondary relief which people get. Okay. So this part we will see later on. Relief under section 89(1). In this case, just remember that anything which you're getting in on a premature basis, something like that, your relief is admissible for that. Okay. But if you're getting any exemption, then relief is not admissible. You'll get relief only in a case where you have not got any exemption. Okay. It's always secondary. Okay. So here, and so I think, yeah, little bit more I'll say, and then we'll go on a lunch break. So you are all okay to continue for some more time, right? About till 9:30 you are all okay? Or we'll go for a break in some time. Okay, I'll give a lunch break of 10-12 minutes at least. Okay. And then we'll come back and we'll continue. Let's see how far we can continue. Okay. And then we'll see. So at least till 9 we'll continue, and from there we'll see. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now next is pension received after retirement. Okay, is taxable as salary. Okay, but if received by widow or a family pension kind of thing, then it is not salary, it is IOS. Okay. Pension can be either commuted or uncommuted. We'll see it in pension section. So everything is covered in detail in those sections. Pension, I think we'll cover today itself. If we stay on, I think till some more time, we can complete pension also. So basically, like if you can continue till 9:30 today, then tomorrow's class we can call off salaries, and we can do the class straight away on Wednesday. Okay. So let's see. Depends on how much we complete. Based on that, we will not require tomorrow's class. Okay. So this is salary. Right. This is what installments repaid under Additional Emoluments CD Act 1974. So this is what this act was basically passed. So because many employees were not getting their arrears. Arrears was there declared, but they were not getting the amount. So this act was passed to make sure that all employers pay the arrears. So based on this act, whatever they have got, it is nothing but your arrears, what we have discussed earlier, correct? Here we have discussed already arrears, correct? That is nothing but arrears, but it has a premise to it. That is because many employees were not paying it even after the arrears were announced that there were arrears. So this act was passed to, so just to standardize it, to ask everyone to pay it as per this act. Okay. So this is also arrears, nothing else. Okay? But it doesn't have any relevance now. It's long back ago. Okay. Right. So what is this? Basically, this point, Fifth point, it is also we are talking about arrears of salary only. Arrears of salary payable under a special act, under an act. That is what this is, nothing else. Okay. And here also anything arrears or advance you get, relief will be available if you are not enjoying any exemption. Okay. Never, you will never get both together. Okay, so here what we'll do, I'll go for a break. It is 8:18 now. Okay, so if you can come back by 8:30. Okay, we'll come back by 8:30. If you are all okay, we can continue and we can continue till 9:30. Then tomorrow's class will not take. Okay, but if we go little earlier than that, 9 or something, then we might need tomorrow's class. Okay, right. So we'll be back on 8:30. We'll come back. Right, so we'll continue. So here now, okay, these are just certain things. Okay, salaries and wages are same as per Income Tax Act. We have seen that. Whether it is voluntary payments, okay, so if the employer is given, sometimes it is voluntary, that is, you get a bonus suddenly. I mean, it was not planned, but the employer decides that he has to give a bonus. So that is voluntary. Okay. So voluntary payments by the employer, okay, in employer's capacity. Then remuneration for extra work is OT, overtime. Salary from more than one source. So you can work with 2-3 employers simultaneously. So many people do some part-time kind of work where they work with different employers. Okay. So you have to club all the salaries. That will be your total income as salaries. Salary from former, present, or prospective means future employer. Sometimes the future employer gives you some joining bonus or something so that you will join. Okay. So you get that before you start his employment there, start your employment there. That's your prospective employer's salary. Present, we all know, sometimes you get something from your former employer. Some payment is, it was say something was not given earlier and then it is given now, something like that. So everything is salary. So all these, whatever we have seen, everything is, okay, these are all taxable as salaries. Okay, it voluntary, OT, or anything. Okay, extra work or from former, present, or prospective employer. It is all salaries. Okay. Method of accounting is irrelevant. So I started by explaining you the method of accounting, correct? Where we said that for only 3 and 5, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we labeled salaries, house property, PGBP, capital gains, and other sources. So 3 is PGBP, 5 is other sources. Only for 3 and 5, your method of accounting is important, not for the other 3. Okay. Now, salary due and salary accrued both are different. Now, what is the difference between salary due and salary accrued? Salary due, you know already, correct? When it after the month, say on the first of the next month, your salary becomes due. Okay, first of the month, salary is due. So employer has to pay now. Okay, he might pay on the same day or he might pay after some days. Okay. What it say, that is on the first of the month, after your month is over, so you have earned your salary. So he is your debtor till he pays you your salary. Okay, that's called salary due. And so what is salary accrued? Okay, salary due versus salary accrued. So what is salary accrued is, say now in a month you are on the 22nd of the month. Okay, so you have already worked for 21 days, correct? So you have worked for 21 days, so your employer should pay you for that, correct? Right? So actually it is a debt which has to be paid because you have worked for 21 days. But this debt will not be payable until the first of next month, correct? It won't be payable until the first of next month, this one. Correct. So this is called salary accrued. Just because salary accrued means basically you have earned it here also. In accrued also you have worked for those days, but it will not be payable on the same day. So your right to receive that salary comes on the first of next month, only when salary is due. So that is the relationship between accrued salary and due salary. Due is you are contractually you can now you can receive the salary contractually. Accrued means yes, you have worked for those number of days and you have earned the salary also, but till now you have not earned the right to claim it. ठीक है, समझ में आया? ये आपका सैलरी ड्यू और सैलरी एक्रूड में ये फर्क है. ठीक है, सैलरी एक्रूड में भी आपने कुछ दिन काम कर दिए लेकिन फर्स्ट होने तक के आपका क्लेम नहीं आएगा उसके ऊपर. Okay. Next is advanced salary versus advanced against salary. Advanced against salary is loan. A loan which you have taken, which you will pay from your salary. That is advanced against salary. So it is not salary. The name salary is coming, but it is advance against salary. That is actually it is a loan. Okay. If it is not, a loan will not be taxable as salary, right? So it is loan. So an advance salary is salary, which are next month salary. Say you have got this month, that is advance salary. That will be taxable as salaries. Now, salary received or earned in India, your residential status. Go back to your incidence of tax. Salary received or earned in India is taxable for all employees, ordinarily resident, not ordinarily resident, non-resident. Okay. Salary, we had that incidence of tax table, right? So that it's salary received or earned in India. Okay. You want to see that, then I can show you your incidence of tax table. See, this was your incidence of tax table, correct? Income accrued or deemed to be accrued, or received and deemed to be received. Okay, this is what we are talking about here. Okay, salary accrued or received in India is taxable for all three. That is the sentence there. Here, salary accrued or deemed or received in India is taxable for all three: ROR, RNOR, and NR. Okay, this is what we're talking about. Now, next is this sentence. No, you remember I told you in your residential status chapter that this sentence will be repeated many times. Salary paid to a government employee being a citizen of India is deemed to accrue in India irrespective of place of work. Okay, salary to a government employee who is a citizen of India is always taxable in India. Okay, and then now pensions payable outside India to certain categories of government employees and judges who permanently reside outside India. So some pensions for certain categories of government employees and judges who permanently reside outside India is not deemed to accrue or arise in India. So it's exempt basically. Okay. So here, wherever it is not, you don't have 100% reference. So in this case, things will be given to you. Okay. Whether it is deemed to accrue or arise or not, that will be given. Okay. Because here, what is given is certain categories of government employees, right? Okay, fine. ठीक है, ये हो गया आपका, ये सब चीजें हो गई हमारी. और नेक्स्ट इज सैलरी इज अर्नड एट अ प्लेस वेयर सर्विस इज रेंडर्ड. ठीक है, ये भी हमको मालूम है, इंसिडेंस ऑफ टैक्स में हमने देखा था. जहां पे आप काम कर रहे हो वहां पे आप अर्न कर रहे हो. ओके, तो यू आर अर्निंग सैलरी एट द प्लेस यू आर वर्किंग एक्चुअली. ओके, और ये सेंटेंस कई बार रिपीट होगा. एक कॉमन है, याद रखना. सैलरी पेड टू गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉय हु इज अ सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया इज ऑलवेज टैक्सेबल इन इंडिया. ठीक है, और इसी के साथ जो है ना, इसमें इसका सैलरी तो इस डीम टू एक्रोराइज होता है. ओके, लेकिन इसके बोनस और परक्विजिट जो मिलता है इस एम्प्लॉय को, वो टैक्सेबल होता है. ठीक है, तो वो हम देखेंगे बाद में, आगे आएगा वो. ओके, विल सी दैट व्हेन इट कम्स. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज taxability of salary income. See, only thing what you have to see, this is also based on your incidence of tax table. Okay, what you have to first see, this is who is the employer, who is the employee, who is the employer. Okay, so here first thing is, if your place of service is in India, place of service is in India, then it is accrued in India, correct? So it is taxable for everyone. Okay, taxable for everyone. Wherever he receives salary, not a problem. So here in this line, key thing is place of service is in India. Close your eyes, it is taxable for all. The next one, salary is received in India. Again, if it's received in India, at one point is there, so it is taxable for all. Okay. And for ordinarily resident, we know that wherever he works, salary is taxable for him in India. For OR, correct? If you see here, see. If you see here, this is your ROR, first one, right? If you just see, this whole thing is taxable, see here, for ROR. What is this one not taxable is remittance, when money is later remitted to India. Other than that, see, everything is taxable yet, right? So if you are, we can say that if you are an OR, then ordinarily resident, then your salary is taxable, correct? You don't have to see anything else. Just directly it will be taxable. Again, that point which I just said, that will be repeated many times, that has made an appearance here again. Indian citizen, government, employer is government, place of service outside India, salary received is deemed to accrue or arise in India. That's why taxable. Okay. And for NOR and NR similarly, if place of service is outside, salary received is outside, then it is not taxable. Again, as per incidence of tax table. You should know that incidence of tax in and out. ठीक है, वो टेबल पूरा याद रहना चाहिए आपको, इंसिडेंस ऑफ टैक्स का कभी भी पूछे तो आपको बताते आना चाहिए, ठीक है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Now we are coming to a part which is interesting as well as important, because this is the pro forma for computing salary. So at the end of the chapter, what will be expected from you is you should be able to use this pro forma and you should be able to calculate salary properly. Okay. So now this pro forma is what I was referring to when I said each of these points in the pro forma, what you can see here. Each of these points, each of these points are each of these points basically have a separate topic for you. Okay, these are all separate topics, so everything will be discussed. So basic salary is, there's nothing to discuss basic salary as such, ठीक है, ये आपके सैलरी का कोर होता है, ठीक है, एक बेसिक अमाउंट मिलता है and then other things are added up to it. So this is your main salary, you can say, ठीक है. Next is fees, which we have seen fees already, ठीक है. फिर क्या है आपका बोनस, ओके, फिर है कमीशन, ठीक है. ये चार चीजें जो होती है ना, ये हमेशा टैक्सेबल होती है. These are always taxable, these four. Okay, always taxable, these four. So basic salary is always taxable. The fees, bonus and commission are always taxable. ठीक है. These four things आपको याद रखना, इसमें से कोई partial exemption कुछ नहीं होगा, ये पूरा tax, it will be fully taxable, these four. Okay, if you go ahead, we have pension, gratuity, these are all retirement benefits, and you've got employers contribution in excess of 12% to RPF, recognized provident fund. Okay, this is also a retirement benefit, basically interest in excess of 9.5% on RPF, ठीक है. This is also taxable, up to 9.5% is exempt. ये सब हम पढ़ेंगे, जैसे मैं बोल रहा हूँ आपको कि ये सारी चीजें हम पढ़ेंगे एक एक करके, बेसिकली सारे टॉपिक्स है आपके, ठीक है। प्रोफॉर्मा में तो है ही, लेकिन इन दी एंड आपको प्रोफॉर्मा की चीजें ही उसी का मतलब चाहिए आपको इन दी एंड, राइट, कंप्यूट सैलरी। ये सारा चीज जो है, everything will be discussed, all these will be discussed, each point of the pro forma, okay. Then you have got leave encashment. This is also retirement benefit. Retrenchment compensation is a retirement benefit. VRS is a retirement benefit. All these comes under retirement benefits. Okay, okay. So this is basically your first certain things, and then you are going to in a section called as allowances. Okay, allowances, you start with DA and DP, dearness allowance and dearness pay. Okay, so I'll explain you little later what is dearness pay, okay, and what is its relation to dearness allowance. Okay, so DADP, HRA is house rent allowance, children's education allowance, children's hostel allowance, entertainment allowance, okay, medical allowance, conveyance allowance, CCA, city compensatory allowance, uniform allowance, PDA, a professional development allowance, okay. Then you have got transport allowance and other allowances, okay. These are your allowances. Now in allowances there are two types. One are partly taxable, okay, and some are partly exempt. Sorry, some are partly exempt, some are fully taxable. Okay, two types of allowances. We will see that. And okay, this comes under a section of allowances. So basically, if we go up, you can just see that starts with all these are basic items. Okay, all this, and then you have what taxable allowances, which we just saw. Next is perquisites. Okay, next is perquisites. Any obligation of employee paid by employer, like professional tax we saw, correct? Accommodation, shares under ESOP, employee stock option plan, employer's contribution to provident fund, gas, electricity and water, medical facility and other fringe benefits. All these are going to be discussed. So just I'm reading out at this stage. ठीक है, बस read out कर रहा हूँ कि सारी चीजें हम पढ़ने वाले हैं, एक करके यही पढ़ना है अभी आगे हमको। ये जो जितने प्रोफॉर्मा में चीजें आ रही है, यही पढ़ना है, इसके ट्रीटमेंट्स। ओके, फिर बस आखिरी कुछ चीजें हैं, LTC, ओके, एंड employer's contribution to PF, and this is interest on RPF, any other item. Okay, sub once you total it, you'll get your gross salary. Add all this, you'll get your gross salary, and then you have got three deductions from salary. Three deductions. One is called as standard deduction, then entertainment allowance. Standard deduction is 50,000. Okay, up to 50,000 deduction you get. Then entertainment allowance, we'll see that, and then professional tax. Okay, these three are the deductions. After this, you get taxable salary. Okay, this is what is your taxable salary. So इस चैप्टर में हमको यही सीखना है कि इस प्रोफॉर्मा को कैसे यूज करना है, ये हमको सीखना है। In the end, you have to learn how to use this proforma and how to treat each of these items that you have to see. Once you understand how to treat each of these items, the problem will not be will not create any problem for you, basically, because you will know on seeing the problem in this problem where you have to put what, that you will know. Okay, ठीक है। So इसमें here I have told you in the beginning that fees, the first four things, right? I showed you the first four things. Basic salary is always fully taxable. Fees is also fully taxable. Commission can be on percentage of turnover, percentage of profit, indifferent. Sometimes it's a fixed commission. It is always taxable. Okay, bonus can be contractual or voluntary. Voluntary is like basically based on some performance or something you have got. Okay, contractual is which is there in your employment contract, right? In either case, it is taxable, right? Yeah. Now here, just see, contractual bonus is taxable as bonus, voluntary bonus is taxable as perquisite. ठीक है, फर्क कुछ नहीं पड़ता है, सेम ट्रीटमेंट है, कुछ भी डिफरेंस नहीं है, बस certain things are defined differently. Voluntary bonus is taxable as perquisite. Okay, you will always use the term perquisite while taxing voluntary bonus. It will not change the way it is taxed. Okay, so this is one thing. And then bonus is always taxable in the year of receipt because you do not know how much actually you will get exactly. Correct? It's always taxable on the year of receipt. If arrears of bonus is received, SSC can claim relief. As I said, any arrears or advance you are getting, you will get relief if you have not got any deduction and exemption. Then otherwise not. Okay. तो रिलीफ में जो आपको मिलेगा वो बहुत कम रिलीफ मिलेगा. If you're getting any if you're getting any exemption or deduction, that will be more advantageous always. Relief is only, as the name suggests, rahat bolte hain hum jaise, right? It is only just to give you relief, little bit relief, that's all. Okay, so normally relief is always a last preference. ठीक है, so this is ये हुआ. अब हम ये जो हमारा प्रोफॉर्मा है इसमें बिल्कुल हमको स्टार्टिंग से चालू करना है. करेक्ट, we have to start from the beginning. Okay, but let us just do it from these deductions because these are there at the end, right? When we ended the pro forma, we saw standard deduction, entertainment allowance, and professional tax. Okay, so let's start our discussion from here. Okay, how it is taxable. So deductions from gross salary. First is your standard deduction, lower of the following: 50,000 amount of gross salary. So basically, what it means is up to 50,000 you will get deduction. Okay, up to 50,000. If your gross salary is above 50,000, you will get 50,000 deduction. Your gross salary itself is 35,000, you will get 35,000. Okay, so this means that up to 50,000 you have standard deduction, all employees. Okay, so this is one. Second is entertainment allowance. Second was entertainment allowance, correct? So what is entertainment allowance? Basically, some employees in their profile, okay, some employees, now this is applicable only to some employees who are client facing, okay, who do client facing jobs. When clients come, they host them and all that. So that's why they need some money to just to take the clients around and all that, right? When clients come, the company is hospitable to them, correct? So here that is the main thing. For that they get entertainment allowance. Okay, so what happens is, say one person is getting 50,000 entertainment allowance. Okay, doesn't mean he'll spend the whole thing, correct? Say he spends 30,000 and he saves 20,000. Okay, this will happen normally. This happens, correct? So I'm just telling you what parts can be there in entertainment allowance. But one part will be what he has spent. Okay, other part is what he will save it. Okay, so basically client facing jobs, whoever do, they get entertainment allowances. See, there is one more thing related here which is called as sumptuary allowance. Sumptuary allowance. Okay, anyone has heard about it? Sumptuary? So sumptuary allowance is a type. It is, you cannot call it entertainment allowance. Okay, it is like entertainment allowance because it is given to judges of High Court and Supreme Court. Okay, what happens is when they hear cases, right? They hear cases. not whole thing can be completed there. There are many things. What happens is many things are discussed in the background, certain papers and all. Main thing they'll discuss there. Other than that, okay, now these things you can show me later. They'll tell the inspector and all that. So they'll go to the judge's home. There they'll have some visiting time. There they'll show them these things and all that. Okay, so when inspector comes, say, to the judge's house, inspector comes to the judge's house, okay, so he, of course, he'll be given some tea, refreshments, correct? Refreshments and all. So for this, judges get sumptuary allowance, right? But technically, can you say that judge is entertaining the inspector? Correct? That would be wrong to say, right? So that is the difference. And even यहाँ पे ऐसा होगा जैसे जज साहब देखते रहेंगे आपके रजिस्टर वगैरह, ठीक है, तो इंस्पेक्टर बैठे रहेंगे, वो चाय वाय जो नौकर लोग ला के देंगे, करेक्ट, वो पियेंगे, जज साहब उनको लो भी नहीं बोलेंगे, लिटरली he'll be seeing those papers, he'll drink and then he'll give it up, right? Technically, you know, that's why you cannot call it an entertainment allowance, but it is of the nature of entertainment allowance, okay, right? So this is called a sumptuary allowance, right? So now चलो आगे चलें. Government employees are eligible for deduction from gross salary, okay? Entertainment allowance, you will get a deduction. Who will get? Only government employees. Standard deduction, everyone will get. Entertainment allowance, only government employees. Here government employees means central government and state government, not local authority and statutory corporation employees, okay? So only CG and SG, remember. Now deduction, let us see. Least of the following. How you will compute deduction is actual amount received, 20% of basic salary, okay, and 5,000. So this 5,000 is not your monthly amount, okay? It is an annual amount. In taxation, always be careful. Don't go with the magnitude of the amount. एक 50 रुपए की बात हो रही है कि 50,000 की, वो नहीं देखना है टैक्स में. टैक्सेशन में कभी भी जब तक पर मंथ वर्ड यूज नहीं होता है, पर मंथ यूज नहीं हुआ तो आपको एनुअली अज्यूम करना है टैक्सेशन में. You always assume it to be annual unless per month word is given in taxation, whatever be the amount, okay? Don't be fooled by the magnitude of the amount. So it is 5,000 looks like monthly, right? No, it is annual, okay? So least of the three is exempt. So we will see. Deduction is in respect of actual expenditure, whether for office or personal purpose. Now, how come personal purpose is basically here when I explained you this 50,000, 30,000 he has spent. That means this 20,000, in other words, you can say he has used for personal purpose, correct? Whatever he does, whether he entertains himself or whatever he does, it's personal purpose, right? That's what they are talking about. So how much he has used for personal purpose and all is immaterial, ठीक है? वो देखना ही नहीं है हमको कितना खुद के लिए दिया है, यूज किया है वगैरह. आपको बस डिडक्शन के लिए ये तीन ही फॉलो करना है, okay? You have to follow only this for deduction. How much he has spent on client, how much he has used for himself, that we have nothing to do with it, okay? And last but not the least, no deduction for a non-government employee. Okay, this is your entertainment allowance. Last thing here is professional tax, right? There were 3 deductions, correct? यहाँ पे हमने देखा था ये 3 deductions, correct? Standard deduction, entertainment allowance, and professional tax. Third one we are seeing. Okay, so this is actually a constitutional tax. States can levy it. Okay, this goes to state revenue straight away. Okay, by under Article 276 of the Constitution, and allowed as deduction on cash basis. Okay, remember, if you pay professional tax or someone has paid for you, only on payment basis you will get deduction. Otherwise not. Okay, paid by the employee or employer on behalf of employee. Okay, But if employer pays on behalf of employee, first it will be included as taxable perquisite. We have seen that. Okay. And then allowed as deduction. Right? Included as taxable perquisite and then allowed as deduction. So now I'll take it. This completes our deductions. We will see two problems, one on entertainment allowance, okay, and one on your professional tax. Okay. So can I continue now, or do you need 2-3 minutes just to relax and then we can start the problems?
Sir, continue, sir.
Okay. So this is the first illustration. Compute entertainment allowance and net salary of Prasad from the following data. Basic salary, see your PM is given, right, per month. Only if this is given, you can assume PM. Even if I give you, say 20 rupees without anything being mentioned, you have to assume it to be annual. Okay. So basic salary is 8,000, DA is 2,000 per month, taxable perquisites are 35,000. Okay. And entertainment allowance is 4,000 per month. Out of entertainment allowance, 2,000 is expended, balance is saved. Correct? So this sentence is fully useless for us, correct? How much is expended, saved? We don't have to do anything with it. So we have to assume that he is a government employee, non-government employee, and find out entertainment allowance. Okay. So for that, first of all, what we have to do is just see, just compute his total salary. Okay. So here you have got basic salary is 8,000. Here to start with, monthly is 8,000. 12 8s are 96. So this is 96. DA is 2,000 given above. Okay. 2,000. So 12 2s are 24,000. Perquisite, see there is nothing PM or nothing is there, right? So it's an annual amount, 35,000. Got it? And then entertainment allowance is given 4,000 per month. Okay. And 12 4s are 48. 4,000, 48,000. Okay. Add all this, you will get 2,03,000. Okay. Which we have just added up his salary, that's all. Okay. It's just added up for our information. Now, what about entertainment allowance? How is it taxable? Okay, so let's see.
For non-government employee, it is taxable.
Yeah, for non-government employee, it is taxable. And for government employee, only if the government employee is CG and SG, central and state government employee, then it is exempt. But if he is local authority or statutory corporation, okay, then you will consider him as at par with non-government employee. Exempt only for CG and SG employees. Statutory corporation is something which is formed under its own act, like LIC, okay, IDBI, IFC, IFCI, all these things, right? They have NABARD. They are all been formed under their own act. Okay, they are called as statutory. The relation between statutory corporation and government company. Okay, this is formed under its own act. So full control of the government. Okay, because it's formed under own act. Like you have LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, LIC, IDBI, IFCI, NABARD. Okay, there are many such statutory corporations. Even RBI is a statutory corporation. Okay, so it has got full control. The government company is not formed under an act of act of parliament, but government has undertaken 51% shares. So it has full control over this. So for government, it has got full control over this also and this also. But this is the difference. Here it is formed through an act of parliament. Okay. Here it is, if any company, if the government chooses to take it over by acquiring 51% shares, it will become a government. Okay. So right. So here, let's just see the exemption. So what they have asked us to do here is compute entertainment allowance and net salary, correct? Compute entertainment allowance and net salary. So we have to find the net salary. So let us just see, for non-government employee, it is fully taxable, we know, correct? Only for government employee we have to see. So let us see what list of the three are exempt. Correct? If you see above what we studied, these three are exempt, correct? List of the three are exempt. Actual amount received, 20% of basic salary, 5,000. So let us see what is the actual amount received. Actual entertainment allowance we have seen here. Annual amount is 48,000, correct? So just put this 48,000 here. Actual amount received. And 20% of basic salary. 20% of 96,000. 10% is 9,600 into 2 will be 19,200. Okay. That's why this is 19,200. And 5,000 is 5,000 statutory amount. Least of the three will be exempt. What is least of the three? It is 5,000. Right? For government employee, 5,000 will be exempt. Now let us calculate their gross salary. Okay. Gradually you'll get a hold of this gross salary and all. Okay. Here, main purpose is basically to show you entertainment allowance. Right? So here the four things which we had started, which we have written on top, is the same four things. Basic salary, DA, entertainment allowance, and taxable perquisite. Okay, just write this is your government employee and this is your non-government employee. Okay. Okay, so here these four things is what we had calculated here, right? This 2,03,000 was the total. Just put it as it is for both. And here entertainment allowance is also fully taxable. Even for government employees, we'll have to put it here, and then in the end they will get a deduction. That 5,000 which we computed, that will be at the end. So till here both are same. Same for this also, same for non-government also. Total comes to 2,03,000. Okay. Now we will go for deduction. Okay. You see the deduction, standard deduction 50,000 will be for both. Okay. Now only second one is entertainment allowance. 5,000 he will get, but here they'll get 0. Understood? If you add these two, it will be 55,000 here and it will be 50,000 here. Okay. So final amount will be is your gross taxable salary minus 55,000 and you will get 1,48,000. Here 2,03,000 minus 50,000 and you will get 1,53,000. Understood? Just go and do it yourself at your home once. Okay. Till you write these things, you will not feel comfortable. As I know, we go ahead in the chapter, you will feel more and more comfortable with these things. Because you will hear more of these terms. ठीक है, तो धीरे 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 वो कंफर्ट लेवल बढ़ जाएगा आप लोग का, कि जैसे जैसे हम देखेंगे ये सब। और लेकिन ये जो प्रॉब्लम मैं बता रहा हूँ, मैं तो आपको एनोटेशन से बता रहा हूँ। ओके, आप लोग को एक बार घर जाके आप प्रॉब्लम लिखिए, आंसर को बंद करके You should try to solve it. Okay, then you will get that confidence. Okay, so clear, this clear so far. So let's go for another problem. Okay, Rohit is a non-government employee. Non-government employee means in the beginning itself we need not worry about calculating entertainment allowance. Now we got this word non-government employee, correct? So here in the previous problem we calculated this, right? This entertainment allowance. This we need not calculate. That we got to know from the first word itself. ठीक है? ये इसको कंप्यूट करने की जरूरत नहीं है entertainment allowance वहाँ पे. Zero ही रहेगा, correct? It will be zero. So let's see what it is. Basic salary is 5,000 per month. DA 2,000 per month. Entertainment allowance 3,000 per month. Professional tax paid by employee 600 he has been paid. Remember, professional tax always on payment basis. Professional tax deduction always on payment basis. If not paid, you will not get. Okay. Then LIC premium paid by employer. So LIC is his life insurance. His employer is paying means it will be treated as perquisite. Okay. This will be treated as perquisite. Income tax paid by employee. Income tax and all, income tax will never form part of your taxation system. Okay. At the end, whatever income comes, based on that, you have to pay tax. Correct? So this income, this is just to confuse you. Income tax paid by employee will not be useful at all. Okay. But if paid by employer, if employer has paid income tax or any tax for him, that will be a perquisite. Okay. So this we need not use. Okay. I'll just cut this off. Professional tax paid by employer on behalf of the employee. Okay, this is a perquisite, but again it is professional tax. So here if you see, there are two professional tax here. One is employee has paid 600. Second is employer has paid on behalf of employee 1,600. This means that the total professional tax paid is 1,600 plus 600, 2,200. Okay. But what employer has paid, you have to include it in salary statement also. It will be a perquisite. Two perquisites are there now in this problem. One is this 1,600 and another one is this one. Okay. Another one is this. These two are your perquisites in this problem. Okay. So what we have to do here, find taxable salary. Right. So let's find this taxable salary here. First of all, see here, your basic DA and entertainment allowance straight away we have to write. Okay. There's nothing you have to do about it. After this, you will need to show two perquisites. Okay. One is this one, this plus this. Sorry, this is paid by employee. This is not a perquisite. Okay. Two perquisites you will show. One is this. Second is this. Okay. And then after showing these two, and one more thing you will have to do. Yeah, I mean these two will be perquisites. Okay. This is the only thing which will come in the salary statement. At the end, you will give deductions. One will be standard deduction. Second one will be professional tax deduction. Here you will have to add 600 and 1,600 because that is the professional tax paid. Paid by whoever is not the question. How much professional tax has been paid total, that you have to see. So if we now go down and see the solution, Okay, so here first of all, basic salary as given we have taken. Okay, it was 5,000 per month. So 12 5s are 60, so 60,000. And now under the heading of allowances is dearness allowance, DA. Okay, 2,000 per month, that is 24,000. And then entertainment allowance is 3,600. Okay, 300 per month is 3,600 annually. Correct? This much is put here. We'll get these two. Okay, so what we have done, we have put basic salary, we have put DA, we have put entertainment allowance. The first three things which I showed you. Okay, then again taking you up. Okay, so these first three things. Okay, I'll delete now. Taken, correct? These are taken. So what is now remaining is your perquisites, which is LIC premium 3,600 and this one 1,600. These two next we have to take. Okay, see, just see here. Right, this two are taxable perquisites 1,600 and 3,600. Correct? Add them, you will get this. Now add all the above things, you'll get gross taxable salary. Okay, so 1,600 and 3,600 also are taken. Now one after this, so we have got gross taxable salary. Here we have taken your LIC premium. Okay, now this is taken once. Now this has one more relevance, that you have to add this to this for professional tax. So I will just say add 1,600 and then we can delete this office. Okay, so now professional tax total is this plus this 2,200. Okay, and just come back here. So if we see from the beginning here, okay, just do it once at your home. Okay, so all these were totaled and we got gross taxable salary. Okay, if you don't do at your home once, no, you will not get that comfort. You will have to do it. Right? Then next, what a standard deduction is 50,000 straightforward. Okay. Standard deduction is 50,000. Entertainment allowance, no, because non-government employee, nil. Correct? Professional tax in the end we saw. Add these two, 2,200. Correct? So add now these three from here. Add these three. Okay, I just put it here. Total is this. And then just this gross taxable salary minus deductions will give you your net taxable salary. Got it? Understood? Any doubt? Wait. Any doubt? Anyone? Okay. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट पार्ट जो है हमारा वो है रिटायरमेंट बेनिफिट्स. थोड़ा सा और आप लोग करना चाहते हैं या or you want 2-3 minute break and we can do for 15 minutes more? So then tomorrow's session we can call off. In that case, थोड़ा जो Monday and Tuesday को ना, it helps me a bit if Monday and Tuesday they are direct and indirect tax, both are top subjects, right? DT and IDT. So by just doing one, say if I spend my evening on TT and then next day on IDT, is like it becomes a more relaxed environment, and for you also, जैसे हम आराम से सीख रहे हैं ना अभी, क्योंकि और कुछ नहीं है यहाँ, so हम ये करना है हमको आज basically, so that will be good. And on Wednesday को फिर half an वो करेंगे, we'll do as usual, we can do like that, 1.5 hours. But यहाँ पे ना, we can, if you need I'll give you some breaks, but if you do 3 hour sessions GT में तो I think possible है. Law में we will not do it, as I understand it's little boring. तो इसमें जरा जो है ना हमको अच्छा रहेगा, it will be like on starting day we can spend lot of time और अच्छे से कर सकते हैं डिटेल में, तो ये है तो ओके. So you're okay to continue for some more time? I'll give you a 2 minute break, 2-3 minutes break. और आप लोग को कुछ काम हो तो we can see.
So we have a break, then we'll continue, sir.
Yeah,
We
fine.
have a break now and we'll continue, sir.
Okay, fine. So I'll give you say it's 9:24 now. So we'll be back at 9:28. Okay. Okay, so next section is retirement benefits. Okay, so first main retirement benefit is gratuity. Okay, you've got many retirement benefits like gratuity, pension, leave, salary, retrenchment, compensation, and all that. Okay, we will see the treatment of retirement benefits. First is gratuity. Okay, given by section 1010. Right, it's a retirement benefit. Okay, given in consideration of past services. Okay, so basically the name, little bit history is that gratuity name comes from gratefulness. Okay, so employers who are grateful for long period of good employment of the employee, they used to give them a lump sum amount while going. Okay, so then gradually what happened? It became a became an entitlement. Okay, now gratuity is no more a grateful payment. Okay, it's an entitlement now. Okay, so now exemption is only for salaried employees. Only for salaried employees. Okay, if received by other than employee, no exemption. Okay, and so for example, here an example is if received by an LIC agent. Okay, not eligible for exemption. Okay, because agents are not employees, right? So ये बहुत important point यहाँ पे याद रखना है कि gratuity received for other than employee, no exemption. ठीक है, employee होना चाहिए ना, employer employee relation होना जरूरी है. Okay, it's important to have employer employee relationship. Not an employee, then gratuity is, it's not that they cannot pay gratuity, they can pay gratuity, but it will not be exempt, it will be taxable fully. Now, gratuity received while in service is fully taxable as salaries. Gratuity received while in service. Okay. So when you are working, if you have received gratuity, it is fully taxable as salaries. Okay. But if received at the time of retirement, only then this section applies 1010. Okay. It applies if gratuity is paid at the time of retirement. While in service, if you receive gratuity, then it is fully taxable for all employees. Government, non-government, for everyone. Okay. Now, so let's now examine the taxability. For government employees, your government employees in entertainment allowance, it was central government, state government, correct? यहाँ पे CG, SG और local authorities भी government employees में आते हैं. ये statutory corporation नहीं आता. Okay, there is no statutory corporation, but government employees means CG, SG and local authorities. For them, it is exempt. Gratuity on retirement is exempt for them. Okay. For non-government employees, there are two things. Okay. One is if they are covered by the Payment of Gratuity Act. Second is if they are not covered. Okay. First is if they are covered by Payment of Gratuity Act, least of the three is exempt. Least of the three is exempt. Amount received, one will be amount received. There will be one statutory amount, like in entertainment allowance, we get 5,000. Here it is 20 lakhs. These two will be there always. Amount received and a statutory amount, which is 20 lakhs. Okay. The middle one is what we have to compute. It says 15 by 26 into salary last drawn into completed year of service or part in excess of 6 months. Okay. इसका मतलब ये है 15 by 26 is 15 by 26. 26 basically is take off 4 Sundays, then you get 26 roughly in a month, correct? So 15 by 26 into salary last drawn, last whatever is his salary during the last month, okay? Into completed year of service or part in excess of 6 months. That means if, okay, yourself I'll explain you 1 minute. Okay, this point I'll explain you. Then here this salary last drawn is mentioned, right? Salary last drawn here. So what is salary? Is it basic salary? Is it basic salary plus allowances? What is the meaning of salary? Okay, so taxation meaning of salary is very important. So here salary means basic salary plus DA, dearness allowance. Okay. So okay, so now here what I was telling you is completed years of service are part in excess of 6 months, correct? So this means that if your years of service is 25 years, okay, 6 months, okay, okay, so okay, so see these three example, what it says, if you see the phrase completed years of service or part in excess of 6 months, part in excess of 6 months, in excess of बोल दिया मतलब up to 6 को आप 0 मानोगे. If it is more than 6, in excess of बोला है, is more than 6, only then it will be converted to it will be it will be converted to 1 year. Okay. So यहाँ पे जैसे क्या होगा, यहाँ suppose in this case 25 years and 6 months, this will be treated as 25 years. Okay, but after 6 months, if 1 day is there, then this 6 months and 1 day, it will become 1 more year. So it will be 26 years. Understood? And same year also, it is 25 years, 11 months and 25 days. So still it will be 26 years. Understood here? This one, this part. How to compute completed years of service? चलिए, so आगे. Right, so meaning of salary important, basic plus DA, okay? And okay, so in DA, I'll just, this is one thing I'll tell you here itself. In dearness allowance, DA, which is dearness allowance, some part is used to calculate retirement benefits. Like for example, he's going to get pension and all. So how much percent of DA will go to pension? That is called some part which is used to calculate retirement benefits. Okay. So in short, it is called as in short, we use the term forming part of salary for retirement benefits. We say this, but normally, no, you don't use the word for retirement benefit. You just say forming part of salary. It means forming part of salary for retirement benefits. Okay. So in certain cases, if say 60% is forming part of salary for retirement benefits. So in some meaning of salary, okay, you have to use 60. You have to use what forms part of salary for retirement benefits. Okay. So I will explain this as we go ahead. Okay. So here, when only DA is mentioned, only DA means nothing is mentioned. It means 100% forms part of salary for computing retirement benefits. That is the meaning. Okay. Nothing is mentioned, then it means fully forming part of salary. Okay. So this is the basic, this is the meaning of salary here. Now, another thing you have to see is for seasonal establishments, which operates only in some seasons, like like fruit business and all, correct? Fruits have their own seasons, mangoes and all. So in place of 7, just put, in place of 15, just put 7. That's all. If seasonal establishment is given, same formula you have to use. Least of 3 will be exempt. In place of 15, just put 7. Okay, this is one thing. And second is if the person is a piece rated employee. Okay, in piece rated employee, what will happen? In some month he might produce 100 pieces. In another month he might produce 120 pieces, right? The fluctuation is a lot in piece rated employment. Okay, where they are paid by piece, number of pieces manufactured. So what you should do in this year also, in what I have the block in pink. Okay, so here also the formula is the same, that doesn't change. Only thing is, what you do is this 15, no, while calculating this 15, what you should do is take 3 months immediately preceding the retirement. Take 3 months immediately preceding the retirement, just divide it by 6 to get an average figure of 15 days. 3 months will have 15 days, correct? 15 days, 6 times will be 3 months approximately. Okay, so what you should do is, in case of piece rated employees, take 3 months, divide by 6, so you will get an average of 15 days, and then you will use the same formula. So this in pink, what I have shown you, this will not be asked in problems and all. Okay, you just need to know that, that's all. Computation of this 3 months will not be asked. Okay, you just need to know this. So main from an exam point of view, important things are, this is definitely very much important, and you should know seasonal also. And this you should know this actually, what I explained for piece rated employee. Okay, so this is employees covered under payment of gratuity act. What if is not covered under payment of gratuity act? अगर ग्रेचुटी एक्ट के अंदर कवर्ड नहीं है तो क्या होगा? ये तो सेम रहेगा, पहला और लास्ट जो है आपका कोई चेंज नहीं होता है. ओके, दिस इज not covered. Okay, not covered under payment of gratuity act. Then what will happen is actual amount will be same, this 20 lakhs will be same. This middle formula just changes little bit. Okay, there you use 15 by 26, here you use half. Okay, there you use salary last drawn. Here you have to take average salary of 10 months preceding the month of retirement. Okay, average salary of 10 months preceding the month of retirement. We'll do illustrations, that time it will get clear. Okay, just remember there the salary, last drawn salary is not preceding the month of retirement. Last, on the day when you are retiring, what is your salary? That is seen. Here you will see preceding the month of retirement. It is if you have retired in December, then this 10 months you have to calculate till November. ठीक है, तो ये देखा जाता है, प्रॉब्लम्स देखेंगे तो और क्लियर हो जाएगा. ओके, और यहाँ पे ईयर इनटू कंप्लीटेड ईयर ऑफ सर्विस, दैट थिंग इज नॉट देयर, और पार्ट देयर ऑफ इन एक्सेस ऑफ 6 months, that is not there. In this case, here what you will do is, if you have got 25 years and 11 months, you will treat as 25 years and 11 months, you will treat as 25 years. Okay, that part thereof is not there here. Right, this is one thing. And meaning of salary here, whatever this is written, no, same as HRA. So it is because this meaning of salary, which we'll see here, this one, okay, this is used for computation of HRA. Okay, and this meaning of salary is used in many places. So which is why I've just written here same as HRA, so that you know in future, like whenever it gets repeated, we'll just use the term HRA salary. So you will understand, okay, it's the same thing. Many times this will get repeated. Otherwise, HRA has no relation to this computation. Okay. So now, what is the meaning of salary? What was there in the previous case? It was basic plus DA only, correct? This was the previous meaning of salary for covered by Payment of Gratuity Act. So what is this in this case? It is basic salary plus DA if means if forming part of salary for retirement benefits. Okay, DA if here means DA if forming part of salary for computing retirement benefits. Okay, that is DA if. So if 60% is forming part that is given, you will take only 60% of DA, not full here. Okay, there you will take full. Okay, so DA if and then this commission here, this commission means it is commission on turnover achieved by the employee. Fixed percentage commission. It is not fixed commission, it's fixed percentage. Okay, 8%, 5% like that. Okay, commission on turnover achieved by the employee, sorry, by the employee, the worker. Okay, so that is this commission. These three things form part of salary. Okay, in computing. So this average salary, whatever you will take, no, compute, you have to take average salary on this basis. It will do problems and then it will be clear. Okay, whatever we have done today, that you just go home and revise, so that from here it will be easy for us. Without any revision, we can continue on it. Okay, right? So if last thing is, if no exemption has been given on gratuity, then entitled to claim relief under section 89. Right, so this is a common line. Okay, so let us do one example now. Of gratuity. Ashok, an employee of ABC Limited. So ABC Limited means he is not a government employee, correct? That is now clear. Okay. Receives 2,05,000 as gratuity under the Payment of Gratuity Act. So basically he comes under the Payment of Gratuity Act, the first one, right? First table which we saw. Okay. And then he retires on 10th September 2021. After rendering service for 35 years and 7 months. So what we'll consider is, we'll consider it as 35 years or 36 years.
36 years.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so it is, you have to see part thereof in excess of 6 months. Okay, and this is 6 months is in excess of 6 months. 7 months is in excess of 6 months, so it will be 36 will take. Now, last drawn salary is given 2,700 per month. Okay, always last drawn salary will need in month, the last month actually, right? Calculate amount of gratuity taxable chargeable to tax. Okay, so let's see here. So only thing what we need is, one is we have gratuity figure is there, we know 20 lakhs is the total figure. Okay, and then we have to compute 15 by 26, that one. Okay, 15 by 26 into salary last drawn, which is this, into year 36 years, correct? Least of the three you have to find whether it is exempt. Okay, whatever is exempt. So let's see. Okay, okay, so first, how you have to see computation of taxable gratuity for the assessment here, just write that. start with whatever gratuity received, because whatever is received, from that the exempted part will be deducted and you will get the taxable gratuity. Okay, so start with gratuity received. And what is exempted under section 1010, you don't need to write the subsection and all. Okay, so here least of the following is exempted. One is actual gratuity received, which is 2,05,000. Okay, statutory amount 20 lakhs. Now the third one we have to compute. It should be 15 by 26 into completed year of service. Okay, that is 15 by 26 into completed year is 36. Okay, and so completed year of service or part thereof in excess of 6 months. So that has also been taken. It's 36. And salary per month, here it's given 2,700. Okay, multiply these three, you will get this. Now least of the three is exempt. Least of these three is exempt, which is 56,077. This is exempt. So now what you will do, last thing is take this total 2,05,000 minus 56,077 and you will get this answer. Understood? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next problem. You can do one more problem.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this problem says Mr. Oldman retired from his job after 29 years, 6 months, 15 days. Okay. So will you consider it as 29 years or 30?
30 years.
But I did not say whether it is covered by Payment of Gratuity Act.
Covered by payment of gratuity means 30 years. Otherwise, 29 years.
Correct. Okay. So retired from his job after these many days. On this date, received gratuity of 4 lakhs. Okay. Salary at the time of retirement, basic 6,000 per month, DA 1,200 per month, HRA 2,000. Is this annual? HRA is annual or monthly?
Annual.
It is annual. Very good. Because there is no PM written next to it. Per month is not written. So be very careful. As I said, don't go by the magnitude. It can, they would have given 200 also. But if it's not per month, then it is annual. Okay. You will not give an assumption of per month. Never. Assumption will always be annual. Okay. So HRA is given. Some components of salary are given here. Okay. Commission on turnover 1%. Okay. Next, they have given the commission on profit. Commission on profit 5,000. Okay. And then he got an increment on 1/4/2021 of 1,000 per month in basic. Okay. And then they have given us turnover achieved by the employees 1 lakh per month. Okay. This is basically to use this 1%. Okay. 1 lakh per month is turnover achieved by the employee. Okay. Now calculate is taxable gratuity. We have to only here now we don't have to calculate the taxable salary. We only have to calculate taxable gratuity. Okay. If he's a government employee, non-government employee covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act, and third is non-government employee not covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act. Okay. These are the three things given. All three. Okay, first of all, tell me, what if he's a government employee?
Fully exempt. Fully exemption.
Fully exempt. Okay, so fully exempt if it is government employees. Right. So now let us try to find out for non-government employee. One is covered by payment and another one is not covered by payment. Okay. So what this is, the first one is, this one is covered. Okay, and this one is not covered. Okay, case B is covered, case C is not covered, basically. Okay, not covered under payment of gratuity act. First thing, as we saw, what we have to do is start with gratuity received. Okay, from this only the exempt amount will be deducted. Now we can say least of the following is exempted. Actual gratuity received will be same for both. Statutory amount will be same for both, correct? Now let us compute the last thing, which is the most important. Once we get this part we get, then the problem is solved, correct? But till here it is nothing we have done, just put gratuity received, and these 2 points are already, I mean, you don't have to do anything about it. ठीक है, यहाँ तक के बिल्कुल हमने बस अरेंज कर देना है प्रॉब्लम को. ठीक है, कभी भी कोई भी प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा टफ या कुछ आ रहा है तो आप रफ शीट में जाके जितना आपको मालूम है जो जो चीजें वो बस डाल देना उसमें, तो ऑटोमेटिकली आगे जो है सोचने में इजी हो जाता है. Okay, so it becomes easier to think. It's a good habit to just go to your rough sheet or something and just whatever you know about the problem, just write it down. Okay, then it will be easier because your whole focus will be on what you do not know. Right. So here, so now one is covered. Okay, if it's covered by payment of gratuity act, what is the formula? You have to use 15 by 26 into completed year of service into salary per month. Okay, this is straightforward. Okay, 15 by 26 into completed year of service is, you had told me 30, correct? If covered 30, if not covered 29, correct?
Yeah.
So this is 30 and salary per month is 7,200. Let's just go up and check it once. Salary per month will be last drawn salary here. Okay, the first case, it is last drawn salary. So how do we compute the salary? Salary is basic plus DA.
Yeah.
Correct. So it becomes how much? 7,200 per month.
300.
Everyone is in an agreement that in for payment of gratuity act, salary is basic, meaning of salary is basic plus DA. ठीक है?
Yes.
यहाँ तक here everyone is okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it becomes 7,200. Now into 12, just do 7,200 into 12, you will get 86,400. Okay. Okay, fine. I mean, not annual. So here we are basically, you don't need to do the annual calculation because you're going to use only the monthly salaries in this formula. Okay. So here, what you will do is, so this is how the 7,200 you got by adding basic and DA. Okay. This 30 and this, multiply these three and you will get this figure, third one. So this is taken care of, case B. Now for case C, we know half we know completed year of service, which is 29, that we know. Okay, now how to calculate salary per month in this case? Okay, so this is little complex. I'll show you how to calculate salary per month in this case. Okay, so first of all, what is your meaning of salary?
Pay DA the commission.
Correct. Very good. Okay. So it is basic plus DA if forming part of salary and commission. Okay. These three things are there. And one more thing which we have to see here. See, for this thing, we need last 10 months average salary, correct? For the computation of the middle part, okay, we need average salary, correct?
Yes, sir.
So basically, this salary per month, what I'm talking about is this salary, no, it is average salary actually, not the last month salary, correct? So for this, for average salary, we need last 10 months salary. Now here, there is an increment in between. If you see here, he got an increment on 1/4/2022. Okay, and when did he retire? 17/12/2021. Okay, he retired on 17/12/2021. So basically, you have to take for the month preceding the month of retirement, right? In this month preceding the month of retirement, correct? For not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. You want me to show that? Yeah, I'll show you once. Yes. Average salary of 10 months preceding month of retirement. Okay. So here I told you that if it is in December, then you have to take November, correct? But in the first one, covered under Payment of Gratuity Act, it is the salary last drawn. Let's salary drawn till the last date. Okay. So here that means see, at the time of retirement, now two things you have to correlate. One is at the time of retirement, basic was 6,000 per month. Okay. Increment is only there in basic. And increment was on 1/4/2022 of 1,000. So if you see, and we need 10 months till November, correct?
January, February, March, he got 5,000. After that, he got 6,000. After 9 months, he got 6,000. Am I right, sir?
Yes, very good. Okay. So here, first thing is we have to calculate till November, right? January to November is how many months? 11 months. So basically our 10 months is February to November. So although I mean, we are not worried about January as such because it is not a part of our 10 months. Okay. So we need to compute salary from February to November for the 10 months. Okay. And in February to November, from April onwards, from here onwards, we don't have a problem. Salary is 6,000. But before April, that is in February and March, salary would have been 5,000. Okay, so I'll now show you the computation. So now I think you will understand that. See, this is the so first thing what we will have to do is separate the three parts, which is meaning of salary. One is basic salary, DA, commission. ठीक है, ये तीनों को सेपरेट देखेंगे. क्यों अलग अलग देख रहे हैं? क्योंकि कुछ मंथ्स में अलग फिगर है, कुछ मंथ्स में अलग फिगर. ऐसा है तो आप मंथली देख सकते हो. ठीक है, then you have to see it monthly when the figures are different for different months. Okay, so right, so now basic salary is what we have to see. This is what we are talking about. From April to November is 6,000, what is given in the problem. Okay. Before that, it is 5,000, February and March. Okay. Other two things are same. There's no increment there. So your DA is same throughout, whatever is given in the problem. And commission is, we have to compute, but it's given 1 lakh is given and 1% is given. Okay. So 1 lakh is the sales given and 1% is the commission. So this becomes 1,000 commission. Okay. This is how we have written all that. Just add this and we'll get these totals. Okay. And you add all this, the total we have got is 80,000. Right? Divided by 10 months, you will get average salary for 10 months.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, yes. Kanagaraj.
DA is on the basis of basic pay, no? Because of percentage, some percentage on basic pay is called DA. Like basic pay is 1,000 rupees means.
Yeah, so unless it is given to you that the relation between basic and DA is the same. If they give something like that,
Yeah.
only
If
then you will.
suppose 6,000 basic pay for 1,200 rupees. Sorry, 1,200 rupees for 6,000 means
20%.
yeah.
Okay.
Shall
So,
we
but
calculate for the 20%? 5,000 means 1,000 rupees only TA.
yeah,
DA,
but you won't calculate it unless they have given you that. Okay.
Okay.
So they will give you that, assume that relation between DA and basic pay remains the same. In that case, then you will have to correlate that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. If not given anything, then just use the same figures. Okay. So this is how we'll compute the average salary of 8,000. Now you got the average salary. Okay. Now our main problem is solved now here. So here, this was our main working, correct? So we only needed this figure, correct? That we have calculated now. Now multiply these three, you will get this. Okay, understood? How we calculated this part? You want me to repeat this table again? You're fine. Anyone wants me to repeat this table again? Or any part of this problem? Or you can go home and just go through once. So this is the last part actually. We'll stop our lecture here unless you want. The next part is pension. We'll start with pension. But tomorrow we won't have a class, correct? So tomorrow we won't have a class. No class. Next class will be on Wednesday. Okay. If you all are comfortable, we can just follow this for tax. Like on Monday, we can do only direct tax. I'll give you breaks. Okay, take as much breaks as you want in between. Okay, but we can cover good ground if we do continuously. Okay, you want me to repeat this table, anyone? This part you want me to repeat it then?
No,
Okay.
sir.
No, sir.
Okay then. So thank you. We'll meet. So tomorrow there won't be any tax class. I'll write in the group also. Day after tomorrow, same time will continue. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. And just
Thank you.
revise till here. Okay. Go home and revise.
Okay.